everyone, it's JR Cuber, and this is going to be a tutorial on how to solve the Pyraminx Crystal. Now, you may be wondering about my hand. I was playing basketball, I fell, I hurt my wrist, and I have a splint on it now. So basically, this puzzle is very similar. It's pretty much what it is it's a Megaminx and a Pyraminx combined together into this guy. And so, basically, the corners are the corners of a Megaminx, and the edges are like a Pyraminx. But since there's more pieces, it's more complicated, and I'm gonna help you get it solved. Okay, so there's only one algorithm you're gonna really need to know. Well, to go over what you need to know, you're gonna need to know how to solve a Megaminx, or just the corners of a Megaminx. You don't have to really know anything else about the corners and the edges on a Pyraminx. If you don't completely know how to do this, I'll be quickly going over how to do the corners on this, so you can do that. And you need to know how to place edges on here. And there's one simple algorithm that I need to teach you. You might already be using this to place edges on here, you might not. A lot of people don't. This is the only algorithm you need to know, besides the algorithms for the corners. So basically all it is you bring one side down, you bring another side down, you bring the first side up, and then the second side up. And what it does is it cycles these three pieces, and if you do that 3 times, you will get it back to solved. Now, I will be using this in different ways. I might bring the left side down, then the right side down, then the left side up, and right side up. Or I might bring the right side down, then the left side down, then the right side up, then the left side up. It can vary. But we use that algorithm to move the pieces around for the edges to get them in place. But it is a bit different for the top layer, and there's one kind of like a parity case that can occur, and very frequently on the top, but it's very simple to fix. So yeah, that's really all you need to know. I'm not really going to be using too many algorithms, but there will be 2 algorithms for the corners. And so basically this is going to be for the edge sweeping algorithm. This is going to be this is going to be L, this is R. There's one algorithm where this is going to be L and this is going to be R, but we'll go into that later. So I think that's about it. So let's scramble it up. Okay, I think that's pretty good and scrambled. So let's get on with the solve. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get all the corners, and I start with the white side. Now in this puzzle there are no centers, so you can start on any side with the white face. So what you do is you just get the corners. So here's a corner. You're going to want to put white on top and look for another corner with either purple or dark yellow. It could be different colors for you, it doesn't really matter. So here's one that has purple on it. So basically what you can do is you can move this corner around until you get it up where it needs to go next to here. It's pretty intuitive and it's pretty simple. So for the next one, you can go in any order you want and you can put in any which way you want. So I'm going to go in this one since the green matches with the green here. So for this one, I like to usually get into a position where it can turn up, but this one needs to be here. So what you can do is you can move it over to here, and then you can turn it up right here. So basically it was here, we moved it over to here, and turned it up, and now it's there. So now we go to the next one. Same thing with this one needs to be put here. If we turn it up, it'll be put here. So we move it over to here and then move it up here. So we move it over and up. And then for the last one, you're going to need to use a very simple algorithm. you will be using this algorithm to put in the other corners in, so you might as well learn it now if you don't already know it. Here's the corner. First, let's get it above where it needs to go, kind of just like standard 3x3. Then for this, all you gotta do for this algorithm is you go R, U, R prime, U prime. Then you just do that till it's oriented. There are shortcuts you can use to do that, to get this in, and there it's in. So basically the algorithm is R, U, R prime, U prime. Just a very simple algorithm, but it is very useful. So now we have the corners on the white side. So now basically what we're going to do is we're going to build up till we get to the last layer here, these last corners. So the way we're going to do this is we're first going to put in these kind of like lower corners here, 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 and here. And then we're going to put in these upper corners here, 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 and here. So we're going to start with this one right here. So we look at these two colors here, and we see that this is green and purple. This is a light green and purple. So we look for a corner. Here's the corner with dark green and purple. So we rotate this up, and now what you can do is you don't have to use any algorithms to put this in. It can be completely intuitive to get this corner in. I'll show you. You may be in a position where if you get the corner and you bring it down, it needs to be flipped. Well, what you can do is you can bring it up, and then you can kind of move it around. There, it's not right. So you can move it and bring it again up here. So now can it be moved in? Yeah. So you can just kind of bring it up into these spots and just kind of do kind of R and U and L moves. So just kind of move it around into positions to where you like take it out and then put it back where it was in a different way to twist it around to get it in there. So I'll demonstrate it again for the next one. Here's the corner that needs to go right here. We have purple and dark orange, and here's the corner. So as you can see, this corner needs to be flipped. So if we bring it up here, it still needs to be flipped, but if we bring it over here and bring it down this way, it's right there where it needs to be with the correct orientation. So let's go to the next one. Here we need dark green and blue. I'm sorry, dark yellow, because there are two shades of yellow. Here's the corner. I can already see that that's not going to go in the right way. Can't go in that way. So let's see what we can do here. Bring this over and then over like that. Now we can bring it down and put it in. This is the right corner, but it needs to be flipped, so let's move it, bring it up, bring it down, move it back down, bring it over, I guess you could say, and there it is. Last one. Here's the corner. This one is, let's see what we can do. This one can come here, move over, and brought down. So these are these corners here. So for these corners here, we're going to need to use that algorithm we used for the last corner on the white side. So the corner that needs to go here, it's right here. So I'm going to get it out, and basically to get this corner in is we do the same algorithm. R, U, R prime, U prime. And that needs to be flipped, so we can just continue doing that until it's put in correctly. Basically what that algorithm is basically the same simple R prime D prime RD algorithm used for the 3x3, just upside down. So let's go to the next one. This one we need light yellow, light green, and dark light blue and dark green. So let's locate the corner. It's here. Let's get it out. And there are tricks you can use to get this in faster. But just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm not going to show those, but actually I will, because I just did one, but I did it wrong. Fail. Get this here. Keep on doing this while this is taking way longer than it should. There we go. Ta-da. Alright, let's go to the next one. We need purple, light blue, and light yellow. Alright, let's get it out again. Now actually, why not, I'm just going to go ahead and put in the corner that needs to go here while getting this out. So, this is the last one. Okay, let's see. We need to bring that around and put that in like that. And now we have all of these done. So that part's pretty intuitive. It's not really that hard. Just using that algorithm to move the corner around, you can get it in. Alright, now for this last one. For this, it's going to be very similar to a 3x3, where we find one corner that's in the right place, and then we do an algorithm to get all the other ones. But with this, since there's 5 corners instead of 4, we need to get 2 in the right place, and then get the other 3. I've already got one. I'll put it above where it needs to go. It doesn't need to be oriented correctly. It just needs to be in the right spot. I've got no others, so we're going to want to hold it in the front part here, so this edge right here is facing toward us, and then we do this algorithm. What it does is it keeps these two the same and moves these 3. So the algorithm is U, R. When I do L and R, it's going to be, this is R and this is L, not L and R, like this. Okay, so U, R, U, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. Now we've got this one, but it needs to be, we need to get 2 next to each other, not across. So we'll do it again. And now we have 2. So we got this one here and this one here. They just happen to be oriented the correct way. Now we look and we see that no other ones are in the correct spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold one in the front, right here, and then one to the right side. And then we do the same algorithm. So the algorithm again is U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. And we check to see if that got them all in the right spot, and it didn't. So we do it again. And there we go. So now all of them are in the correct spots, but just these 2 need to be oriented. So the way we orient them is we do the same algorithm we do to orient the corners on a 3x3 beginner's method. So the way we're going to do this, we hold it in the lower right hand corner down here, and we do R prime, D prime, R, D. And we continue to do this until it is done. Then we turn the top, make sure you don't turn the entire cube, and then you put in this corner by doing R prime, D prime, R, D until it's done. And bam. And then we just turn the top and all the corners are done. I kind of sped through that because you should already know the corners of here, but I did go over the algorithms and kind of explained it. If you need to go back and watch that again, feel free, but I highly recommend that you know how to solve a Megaminx before going on to this, so you should have gotten through that with no trouble. So now we're going to get to the more detailed part of the tutorial, which is the edges. Okay, so to do the edges, what we're going to do is, this cube is one of the only cubes that you solve by face. So first you get the white face, then the red face, then the green face, and you go around until you have all the faces done on this side, and then you do this last layer. So this is very interesting, very unique. So this is where we start using that left down, left up algorithm to put the edges in, and so let's get started. We're going to start with the white side. So just find a white edge. Here's one right here. Actually, I'll work with this one. This one's easier. And then what you want to do is you want to get it above where it needs to go. So the algorithm cycles these three pieces. So you want to get the piece in either this spot or this spot. Now you can get it in this spot and then cycle it with these three into here, holding it like this, these three. But that's only applied if, let's say, we're putting in this one, the red is here and not the white. But we're going to work with this one. So what we do, what you're going to have to get used to doing with this cube is learning how to manipulate the pieces around the cube without hurting other pieces that are already solved to get it into the position where it can be put in. With this is a very easy case. All we have to do is we have to take this, move it down here so the white will be in front, and when the white is in front and it needs to be put in, that's the right way to do it. If it was like this, where the red is on front and it needs to be put down, it'll be flipped when you put it down. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to put it down here. To do that, we're going to do a right down, right down, right up, left up algorithm. And that puts it there. Now this puts this in the perfect position to be put down in here, using a right down, right up, left up algorithm to put this in. And now that one's done. So now let's go to this one. This one needs to be put here. This one, we can bring this down to here, and then the white will be, and then the blue will be on front, and the white is this color. So we can bring this down. I use the left down, left up, right out algorithm for that. Then to put this in, we do right down, right up, left up. And that puts it right into place. Let's go on to the next one. Here's the next one, and it needs to be put here. For this, you're going to need to use a setup move. So basically, you can't just move it here and put it in because the green is the same color as the green here, and it'll be flipped. What you need to do is you need to put it here, and then it can be moved down to here. So we move it down, and then it's in a position to be moved down into here. Then we undo the setup move. And there we go. There are a lot of setup moves involved. I try to cut them down to the least amount possible, but sometimes you need to do a couple to get the piece in the right position to get it in. So with this one, first what we need to do, we need to get it here. So we can't just bring it down and in because that's going to destroy these two pieces. So we want to do it the longer way. We want to bring this down to here, then down to here, then into here. So let's first bring it down into here. So we do left down, left up, right up. Then we do another left down, left up, right up. And then this one's in the right position to be put in. So we do left down, left up, right up. Bam. Here's the last one. Alright, so we're going to need to take this and move it down here to get it into here. So we're going to kind of take it and move it down here, like that. So let's move it in, move it down, and now it's in the position to be put in. Right down, right up, left up. Bam. Now the white side is done. You may come across a case where this piece is right above where it needs to go, but this is the same color here. This is very easy to fix. All you gotta do is you gotta turn this around to either this spot or this spot. So we'll turn it up to here, and then what we can do is we can move this down and then down into here. So we bring that down, we don't undo our setup move yet, and then we just put it down into here. Bam. And then, oops, undo that. And there it is. Okay, so now we're going to move on to another face that's right adjacent to to the first face that you've done. You can start with any face, by the way, on here. You don't need to start with the white. So I'm going to do dark green. So I kind of like to go in a clockwise fashion, going around like that. So let's start with this one. These two are the hardest to do, but these two are pretty easy. Okay, so here it is here. And so what we're going to do, let's move it down to here first. Let's get as close as we can to the place where it needs to go. Now, here we are in a position where we can just bring it in without harming the white. Sometimes you can be in a position, actually you can't be in a position, I don't think, where you'll harm the white. So we can just bring this down into here. So, right down, right up, left up. Bam. Oh, that was actually this one, not this one. Let's look for this one now. Bam, here it is. Alright, so with this one, we can't just bring this and bring this over and bring it down into here. However, one thing that you can do is you can move this right to here without flipping the orientation of that piece. The way you do it is you get into a position where these three need to be switched. Here's the edge we want, and we put it here. So that would be a left down, left up, right up algorithm. Now it's in a position to where it can be put down. So right down, right up, left up. Bam. Okay, let's look for this one now. It's right here. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to move this down to here. It'll put the green down here, and then we can spin it around and put it into there. That seems complicated, but I'll show you. So, let's bring it down into here. There it is. So, now we can spin this around right here and put it down into here, just like this. And then undo our setup move. So now let's look for this one. This one is right here. So, alright, what we need to do is we need to get this out of this little section here up into the top where we can move it around. So, alright, let's move it here using a cycle of these three. There. Don't want to lose track of where we're going with it. Now let's move it down to here. Alright, now what we can do is we can take this and just simply rotate it around and put it in. Okay, so now the green side is done. Let's go on to the purple side. So, as soon as you get done with the first side that's adjacent to the first side, the original side that you've done, you only need to put in 3 pieces for the sides, and on the last one you only need to put in 2, I think. Alright, here's this edge, and it needs to be put here. All we need to do for this one, okay, we're gonna have to move it here. And then what we can do for this is we can bring this up so that it can then be brought down into here like that. And there we go. So for the next one, here it is. So, alright, let's put it here. Then we can work with it and move it down to here, where it can then be brought into a position to put down in here. There's the next one. Here's the last one. Alright. Here it is. So, let's see how we're going to do this one, because we don't have any open 3 spots. Actually, what we can do is we can move it into here, using these open 3 spots. There we go. And move it there. And so then, let's move it down to here, and down to here, because this is where it needs to go. And then we can just bring this down right there, and then it can be put in. So, there's the first 3 sides. Let's go on to this one. This one here is in just the right position to be put in. I didn't have to do anything for that. So, let's put it in. Bam, that one's done. Here we have a case where the color is the same here for this edge that needs to be here. So we gotta bring this around and pull it down. Now it's in the right position to be put in. And then we can put it back. So now let's look for the last one. Here it is. I think. No. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to need to move this down to here first. Get it as close as we can to here, which here we're in another great position to where this can just be moved down here and into here. Bring that down and put this in. A lot of this is just learning how to manipulate the pieces around the cube without hurting other pieces, like I said. So, now we are on the second to last side. This one needs to go here. So, the way we're going to get that there. Alright, how are we going to do this? Alright, first let's bring it down here. Right there. Then we can put it here. Then we can bring it down into here. This is not the right spot where it needs to go, but I'll show you what you can do. Actually, I can't do that. Never mind. Let's get it out of there. Alright, here's what we can do. We can take this and we can bring it up so that this can now be put in there. A lot of this is intuitive, and so you just kind of need to think about it a little bit and figure it out. It's really not that hard. So, let's look for this one now. There it is, right there. Okay, that one can just be brought right in. Oh, that was this one. Let's look for this one. Here it is. So, with this one, it's another simple case. Just be brought down here and into here. Bam. Bam. So, now we're on the last side. Here, this one is this one is not in the right position to be put in, but if you simply turn it like that, it can be just put in. Just like that. Okay, so for the last one, it's right here. This one's a bit more complicated. So let's see how we can do it here. Alright, so what we're going to have to do to get it out of this little section, we need to move it into the top layer. So we can bring it up and then exchange it for one of these pieces. So let's bring that there and bring it down. So now it's up here. So now what we have to do is we can't just simply move it here and put it in because the colors are the same. So we have to bring it over here this way and then bring it down into there. So right down, right up, and then how are we gonna do this? Oh, that one doesn't matter, so we can just put this in. Bam. So now we have this whole section done, and all that's left is the last layer here. Okay, now on to the last layer. So basically what we're going to do for this is the first step is we're going to get these pieces here, and then we're going to work on the top edges. So the way we do this is a bit different than the way we get all the other pieces, but I have shown it before, so it won't be that difficult. First, what you're going to need to do is find an edge that goes in this layer. Here's one, and it needs to go here. First, we need to get it in either this spot or this spot. So let's put it there. So now what we need to do is we need to bring one of these sides up so it can be put in there. So since the top color is green, we need to bring the orange side up. But if when we bring it up, it pushes it out of the way. So we need to get it into this spot. Just like that. Then we can bring this side up, and then this can be brought in just like that. Done. Here's another one. This needs to be brought here. Again, this needs to be put over here, and then I can bring this up and put it in there. Now this one here, this one needs to go here, so we just bring the blue side up and we can put it in there. And then this one needs to go here. So what we can do, let's see. Okay, these two need to switch. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this one out. Then we can take this one, put it in, which brings this one out, and we can put this one in. So let's bring this out of here by pretending that one of these is the one that needs to go in there. Bring it up, put it in, which kicks this out, and bring it back. Then we can put this down here, and we can bring the pink up to be put in. It can pull out this other edge that we need. Bring that down. There we go. And so now it's in the position to where the green side can be brought up, and this can be put in. Bam. Okay, so now that we've done that, we just have the last layer edges. So the way we're going to do this is we want to get one of these, one edge in here and one in here. So I can see this one can come here. Doesn't matter about the orientation, we'll fix that later if it needs to be fixed. Then let's get another one. This one can be put here. I did that wrong. There we go. Now we have these two in. Now we can just do the cycle to get the other three in. Okay. Here's a case that you'll come across every once in a while. There are 3 ways that this can happen. This is the first one. Okay, so basically these 4 need to be flipped. We're going to do these 2 at a time. So the way we're going to do the first 2, we're going to have 2. We're going to have one on the left side and one on the right side. And where we have this edge here facing us. And then we do left up, left down, right down. Then we turn it here and we do the same thing. Then we turn it here and we reverse it, so right up, right down, left down. Then we turn it back and do the same thing. Right up, right down, left down. And that did those 2. Now we just have to do these 2. So we do the same thing. We hold it here, and this is the second case that I will show you, where you just have 2 that need to be flipped. So the way we do this is just the same thing. So you do left up, left down, left down, right down, turn it, left up, left down, right down, turn it, right up, right down, and right up, right down, and it is solved. This is the third case, where these two need to be flipped, and it's not here, and it's not the 4. So the way we're going to do this, is we switch to these two, then these two, just like the 4. What that does is it switches this one and this one. This one will become flipped, but this one will become solved. Then we just have these two. So I'll show you. So we start with these two and we flip them. Okay, so those two are flipped, and now we just have these two that need to be flipped. So we flip them. And there we go. So that basically is how to solve the Pyraminx Crystal. So it's pretty simple, it's mainly intuitive, but it can be a little bit complicated. I had to look up a video on how to do it, and so I'm giving you guys one. So that's my tutorial on how to solve the Pyraminx Crystal. So thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. So thanks for watching. Bye.